What's up, guys? It is Sunday. We are at the Rise headquarters right now. We're going to do a couple Rise casts and get some stuff done on this fine day. We're trying to stay out of the heat for once. We're not putting in food plots, so it's nice and cool in here. We're going to have some fun.
Nothing? Ain't got nothing. All right.
What's up, guys? It is Sunday. We are at the Rise headquarters right now. We're going to film another Rise video cast for you. We got Nick here. Nick, I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. We got our asses kicked in Kentucky last time I saw you. So how's everything been?
I'm still recovering. It was brutal. It was hot down there, but everything that could go wrong went wrong for us. But we got some work done for you, getting you set up, and hopefully you'll be able to get on some good deer down there this year.
Yeah, we got enough done. Things didn't go right, like you said, but we got the main stuff done, so we're going back down this week to finish up.
Yeah, I'll be back down there this week and work on mine too. Be planting, and I think we're gonna add another feeder too, kind of get some more food down there for them deer. That's the biggest thing I'm trying to focus on this year. So food plots and feeders this year. I know you're kind of got the same ball plan park with your idea down there since you're only about a half hour from me. So
yeah, it's just solid hills and timber down there. There's no crops around, so really we are just focusing on getting as much food as possible. I'm not a huge fan of baiting all the time, but down there you really have to. So we're putting in a couple acres of food and got a lot of corn down there, so we're going out and check cameras next week, and fingers crossed we got something good to chase this year.
Oh, I'm excited. I got the one cell camera down there, but nothing too good showing up on that one. But I'm crossing my fingers I can finally get a picture of Coco and be able to hone on him for the season. And you're a whole new ball game down there, so
yeah, this is all fresh. We're starting completely new, so like I said, fingers crossed we'll know a lot more next week of how it's going. If don't have any shooters, might have to come up with a bit of a backup plan, but this time of the year, those deer, it's so hot, they're not moving far from food. It's food to bed. They're staying super close, so you can't wig out too bad if they're not on camera, but we'll be coming up with a backup plan if there's nothing on camera.
Yeah, that's what the last 2 years I've been down there in Kentucky, it seems like I started stressing a little bit. I'm like, I don't got any shooters on camera. Or, he's only showed up once or twice, and then, then all of a sudden, once season rolls around in September, then they start showing up, and they start getting more pictures of them. So, like you're saying, that's one thing down there. It's just it's so hot, and them deer, I'd be surprised if they're moving a couple 100 yards during the day or nights, and it's just they're going food, water, staying close to those two things, and with everything being green, they have as much food as they want wherever they want, so they don't gotta go far.
Mm-hmm.
But,
no, they're definitely sticking close. I've been kind of out scouting some of the fields around my house, and I've been seeing a lot of the same bucks over and over. So they're staying in the same little wood lots. They're going to the same fields at night. They're just not moving too much, sticking, like he said, food, bed, water.
Yeah. That's why I know we were actually in Missouri and Iowa last weekend, me, Matt, and Tyler, and Matt, actually, the weekend before was seeing quite a few good bucks out in the field, and he had a camera about 300 yards from there. Checked that camera that next week when we were down there. There wasn't not a single one of them on there. So that kind of gives the idea that they are not moving far. They have their little home range in the summer, and that's about it. And
so, yeah, definitely, if you're not seeing your big shooters on camera, don't freak out yet. A lot is going to change over the next few months, especially once they shed that velvet. Everything seems to change, and their home ranges change. So don't wig out too bad.
Yeah, it's as of right now, I'm scratching my head, but I know not to worry, and I'm excited for this year. It's gonna be a good year. I mean, like I said, we were in Missouri last weekend, so kind of got some plans go rolling for there. Tyler's gonna be, obviously got his lease. We got him pretty well set up last weekend out there, so he's gonna be out there. Matt will be in Iowa. I'll be in Missouri with Tyler probably. You'll be in Kentucky, and it's going to be a busy fall.
It is going to be a busy fall. Hopefully, along with Kentucky, maybe get to hunt Ohio as well, but we'll see on that. Like I said, getting married next year, everyone knows that, so it's been a little tough for me trying to save money, but it's going to be a fun year, definitely. Tyler's lease in Missouri is looking awesome. I'm pumped for him. He deserves a good deer this year.
Yeah, he's been on a little bit of a dry spell, but looking at that property, that's the first time I was able to lay eyes on it. I think he's pretty well set up. We were able to talk to a neighbor. The neighbor's been on some good deer. He's gonna finally pull the trigger this year, and I'm excited for what it's gonna be.
So what else have you been up to this time of the year? Like we're about a month away, a little over a month from Kentucky, and about 2 months from most other states.
You mean other than hanging out in the pool? No, we're this is pretty much the crunch time. This last month before September really is when we start dialing in on the properties and really getting all that pre-work done that we can. I've been sitting back a little bit, but like I said, next week it's crunch time. We're going down to Kentucky, got to move some stands, hang the rest of the stands, get the food plots in, check cameras. This is really that important time of year where you get all your work done that you need to, get all your preparation done, and then be able to just stay out. You know how it is. It's pretty much just work this month. It's gonna make our August fly by. Next thing you know, we're gonna be hunting in September, so I'm excited about that. But it's gonna be brutal. Hot.
Yeah. It's hot. The bugs are bad. Kentucky, the snakes are bad as well.
Yeah.
We've been freaking out about those a little bit. But, yeah, my plans are kind of the same next weekend. We're going to go down. We're going to get all 4 food plots planted, get some more cameras down there, check our cameras. And really right now, this time of year, I'm trying to make a hit list. It's hard this year with it being a brand new piece of property, but I'm trying to make sure I know every deer that's on that property. That's one thing I've done in the past. I think it's helped me out a big time because when that buck comes in during the season, you're not sitting there kind of guessing, am I going to shoot him? Am I not? How old is he? That kind of stuff. So I really like to build my hit list now so I know who my shooters are. So as soon as I see one, I know if I'm shooting or not.
Yeah, exactly. You're not, especially if it happens quick. You've studied those trail cameras enough to where you know exactly what that deer looks like at every single angle. If it happens quick, you can make that quick second decision instead of making that mistake and not knowing at that moment, letting them go by and regretting it. But yeah, it's if you can get those pictures at this time of year of them and get that inventory built, the better off you're gonna be when it comes season. Hopefully you can get an arrow in them. But yeah, how often are you really checking your cameras and stuff this time of year?
During the summer, and it changes again because we travel so far to our hunting properties. It's about 6 hours for me to get down to mine. So I normally don't check them month and a half, 2 months. Getting into the season, though, I'll start checking them a lot more often. But definitely I try to let them go at least a month before I check any of mine.
Yeah, it's I'm about the same. It's like I said, we spend so much money and time going down there during the season. I usually try to make it down to Kentucky or the other places about once a month if I can. If it's back here around home, I'll check them about every 2 weeks. Just obviously depending on where the camera's at. This time of year I really try to be as less intrusive as I can. So kind of those cameras, another reason why you might not be getting pictures is you're trying to stay off them prime areas, those bedding areas. You don't want to be going in there all summer long and just bulk them up before you even get a chance. So, like I said, just really trying to stay as less intrusive as I can with those deer and some. Yeah.
No, that's a big thing. That's another reason a reason why we're putting our cameras where we do. We like to put them in the easiest access points so we can just slip in, get them normally with a quad, with a truck. We don't want to go in there, don't want to get in their bedrooms yet. I don't try to put cameras around bedrooms until you get into November. So everything's super easy to get to, so you're not spooking and pushing deer out every time, because especially in this heat, you don't want to be pushing your deer around when it's this hot out. Those fur coats are dying right now.
Yeah, that's one thing, like you said, mentioned with like the the 4-wheelers and stuff like that. I remember I was trying to be like a little mouse, sneaking around everywhere, checking cameras and stuff like that. But over the last few years, especially with Kentucky's been such a learning curve with me, and down there you need a 4-wheeler. I've actually been, like basically places where I can just drive up to them, check them on the 4-wheeler. One, you're not laying down a bunch of human scent. Two, a lot of times them deer with the 4-wheelers and tractor equipment and everything like that, they're used to it, and they'll pretty much just, as long as you're not running them over, they'll pretty much stay right there and let you drive right by them, So it's, I think that helps with the intrusion on them. Everyone's got their different opinions and different approaches with everything, but that's just kind of something that I've been doing more recently lately, and I don't know if it's working or helping or not, but in my mindset it is.
Yeah, I think the same thing, so that's what I'm going to stick to until I figure out something different.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, right now it is just, there's a lot of work to be done. It's super hot. What else are you doing? You shooting your bow a lot?
Yeah, been trying to pretty much, like I said, it's crunch time. We're gonna try to hit a 3D range about once a week if I can. I know you got a league starting up too, where you'll be shooting at a 3D league every week. At home we would like to do some long range shooting. Kind of get them long shots, make them shorter ones easier. But going to a 3D range, kind of getting that little bit of realistic. You may only be shooting 40 yards or 50 yards at that, but at least it's giving you that realistic feel, and you're not just sitting there pounding away arrows at long distance or short distances. You kind of get that big change up, and I think that's huge for come season. It's not, you get used to shooting 70, 100 yards, and then you just get, your form just builds to that, and then when you get that 20-yard shot, it's like it feels different. So I think it's a good change up, and would really recommend hitting up some 3D ranges the next month and month or two, depending on when your season starts.
Yeah, my league actually starts tomorrow, which I'm super pumped about. We shoot every Monday night, and like you said, it's just you get a lot more realistic shots. We're shooting inside the woods. There's uphill shots, downhill shots. It's super realistic. These guys don't clear the trails out very well, so you're shooting around some trees. Furthest shot is only about 45 yards, but shooting in the timber, that's pretty far. We actually, at the very end of the course, we have a little beer bet. It's about a 60-yard target, and whoever's furthest away has to buy the first round of beers at the end of the night. But it's just a good time, bunch of buddies. It's not really, we keep score, but it's just more just to get ourselves ready for the season. It's just all practice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's one thing I kind of got wrapped in was shooting, for a while there, was shooting a lot of 3D, and the score was really starting to drive me crazy. But then I just kind of start laying back and, whether or not it's going to be an ethical kill shot or not. I mean, as long as I'm in that range, I really don't care what the score is going to be. I just go out and have fun. It's like golf for men type.
Exactly. That's how I describe it to other people. They're like, oh, you shoot archery? That's kind of weird. I'm like, it's like golf, but on a different little bit of level. But just like you said, like your 8s and your 10s, those are kill shots. So it's, even if you're going to take a couple points off your score, who cares? You're killing that animal ethically. It's a good shot, but it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's always enjoyable, kind of messing with your buddies, aiming for his arrow. It's a lot of fun. I really recommend if you really don't do it, to go and do it and try to get a couple buddies. And, like I said, you can do it after work, and I wish we could have some beer everywhere I go, but
yeah, big rule of thumb: don't shoot luminox at these courses because people shoot your arrows for sure.
No.
But other than that, something I do that I don't know if most other people do. I live in the city, so you can't really even hunt around me. But I do about 15, 20 miles out. I can go and scout some backcountry roads. So I go out a lot during the evenings, and I just go and scout and just videotape bucks. They're deer that I can't hunt. I'm sure I could probably try to ask for permission, but a lot of people in that area are hunting. But yeah, it's just something I enjoy in the evening.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's, we love deer as it is. It doesn't matter if we can hunt them or not. If I can go sit there and stare at a deer, and it's crazy to see what type of caliber of deer are actually around. You may be getting, like here in Michigan, we get pretty discouraged. There's a lot of hunting pressure and everything like that. But when you start driving around during summer and you get into some of those areas and realize, like, okay, there actually is starting to be some more better quality deer, as and you start seeing around. But yeah, it's a lot of fun too. Just going for a little evening cruise, nice relaxing after work. Go just look at some deer, and you can really tell what them deer are now this time of year. So what they're gonna be.
And it seems this year, like, we've been getting a ton of rain, just absolutely pounded with rain, and so I'd say in my area about 75% of the crop fields haven't been planted.
Yeah.
So those deer are herding up really, really bad right now. So if there's food around, you'll normally see a bunch of deer in it. It's just a great time just to go out and see some big bachelor groups of bucks. And it gets you excited for the season, get you ready to go for sure.
I mean, I've been ready for about the last 2 months. But definitely. It really gets you excited for season to come. And, it's a nice after work, just relaxing type thing. And,
definitely.
I know you've been kind of eyeballing a study, seen a couple times around here.
Yeah, I got word there's a picture that my dad sent me actually of this giant buck that had double drop tines, just a giant. Said it was living in my neighborhood pretty much, and I kind of didn't believe it at first, and he kept talking about it, so I researched a little bit, and went out and found him finally last Tuesday night. I saw him, and I actually saw him yesterday morning again, and this deer is just absolutely incredible. He's over Boone and Crockett. The hard part is he's just so far away, I can't get a good picture of him, but it's just a deer that takes your breath away. It just makes you shake from half a mile away.
It's great to see deer like that, in Michigan. Like I said, we really don't get that opportunity too often, and when you do see one, it's something special, and hopefully we can start to get more and more of those in years to come. But I know I'm sending you home with my spawn scope because you got to get a good picture of this thing. Hopefully you can get some good pictures or some footage of them. Maybe we can show a little bit.
Yeah,
of
hopefully
that,
I'll be able to share it with everybody.
Yeah, it's something spectacular. That deer that what was he, get double drop tine or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge, just absolute stud. Like Nick said, Michigan doesn't get that many big deer, especially getting into that 200 range, and he's definitely getting close to it.
No.
But really, next weekend we're going to Kentucky, gonna finish these food plots and check these cameras. Hopefully we got something good on them.
Yeah, it's I'm crossing my fingers. You know what one I want to show up there, and I just really hope we can narrow it down on them. And I know there's we're actually new food plot area that we're putting, that new food plot that we cleared out is actually right in the middle of where I found the sheds this year. So if he's not on camera right now, I'm not gonna sweat it too bad. But I'm really kind of gonna bank on that spot to be where I kill him. Like I said, I found one shed just inside the woods about 30 yards away, and the other one about 30 yards up on top of the hill. So I know that was a big learning spot for me with him. So I'm really hoping that food plot's gonna be kind of where it happens if it happens this year. And so it's gonna be fun fall down there and whatnot. But feed, food plots, summer preparation. What else we got going on this time of year usually?
Really, yeah, just getting our work done. I'm a big fan of getting all my work done. I don't get all my stands hung before the season because especially this year there's a new piece of ground, so I'm only going to hang a couple right now, but then I'm going to kind of plan on hanging and hunting a lot. I'm going to have to kind of scout the property as I hunt it, which makes things a little bit tough at times, but we're going to kind of hunt, scout it the early season and then make some moves from there, and hopefully we'll be able to hone in on one of those big Kentucky bucks.
Yeah, that tactic can be like really deadly too. That hang and hunt, that first time in, that to a set can really be that deadly setup. So it can really play benefit into you. You may be going in, I'm gonna try this spot, and you may kill it. And like you never know. It's a less intrusive way, in a sense, but also too, it's a good way of you learning the property and what the deer are doing and everything. Especially with all the hills and stuff. It's not like you can see that deer a quarter mile away. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. You got to be pretty much right on top of them to learn down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we were talking about, it is so thick down there. Those deer have to be within pretty much 50 yards to be able to see them. And there's spots of the property that are so thick right now I can't even get into. So that's really why I'm waiting till we get into fall and all the weeds and stuff start to die out. And you can see a lot better, and then I'll start making more moves from there.
And hopefully them snakes will go away too.
He's got me tripping out about these snakes really bad. We actually ran one over at the brush hog that was probably 3 to 4 feet long, and that was good enough for me.
Yeah, back home if it's a gardener, I don't worry about it. But when we get to those other states and I can't see where I'm stepping, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, between the ticks, the chiggers, the snakes, the rattlesnakes, the bears down there, it's a whole different element than up here in Michigan. So.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun next weekend. I know we're gonna try to meet up at some point during the week and get some dinner or whatever the case may be. But
we gotta go get some ribs again.
Whatever that place is, they're pretty good ribs. But I may have to convince Kyle and Joe to go down there just for dinner.
But we're going to wrap this up. We got to thank our sponsors. As always, Badlands, they have been helping us out for years. They make some of the most incredible camo out there. It is the camo pattern. You'll be invisible, and you'll definitely be killing more animals because of that.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. This could be my first full season using the complete Badlands. And I got to start spending some money and get some of that ordered here. But, yeah, I'm excited for it. Xpedition, that Mako that I got is shooting. You're shooting the Mako too. Those things are shooting lights out this year. I'm excited. I can't wait to put a deer down with that this year.
I just can't believe how quiet that bow is. That is by far the quietest bow I've ever shot, and the thing's just a rocket ship.
Yeah, that's always been my downfall. I'm a smaller guy, so I got shorter draw length. So speed has never been my thing really. I've always more concentrated on narrow setup and like shooting a heavier arrow, but with that Mako being as fast as it is, I'm getting speed and I'm being able to shoot that heavier arrow. So I know that thing's just going to blow through some deer this fall.
Oh, yeah. And always our buddy over at Back 40 Buck Calls, Brennan's helped us out a ton. He's made some awesome calls. They're all handmade. He's got an awesome turkey call out now. Killed my first turkey with that call. So thanks, man.
Yeah. Hunt-wise, those guys, they've really stepped their game up this year. As we've been going around, we've been using that app quite a bit, and then they actually just released a sweet feature to it with some 3D viewing, which is really, for guys like us, topos and aerials, those aerials are huge to us, but then the topos, it's almost a foreign language in some ways. Some guys don't really know how to read them. I've been learning over the years. But being able to pull up that 3D mapping, you can really see the terrain difference. It's just an awesome feature.
It's absolutely incredible. I've been on it. Like I said, for Michigan, it's flat ground here. So like Nick said, we don't really know how to read topo maps all that well. And for flat ground, it doesn't help as much, but when you get down to the hills in Kentucky, I've been on it as soon as they came out with it. I played on it for almost a day straight, and I found so many tree stand locations just because of that. I can take the property, spin it, zoom in, zoom out. The image is so clear that this is going to be a game changer.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what those guys are actually going to come up with in the future. If they're already that ahead of the game right now, I'm excited for them to come.
And we always got to thank Sitc N Pic. Right now, you guys are out there doing our thing because all of our cameras out running, trying to get this hit list started, and those mounts are pretty key right now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be putting a few of them out next weekend, and then obviously with Missouri the weeks to come, we'll be putting some out there too. It just makes hanging your trail camera so much better. No more jamming sticks behind your trail camera trying to level it out. They got so many different adapters and the mounts that you can use, whether it's a tree on the field edge or anything like that. They just make your life a whole lot easier hanging the cameras.
Yep, like we have one, my big food plot up top. There's no trees around it to even put a camera in, so I'm just going to stick one right in the ground with that Sitc N Pic mount and call it a day.
Yeah. But, no, like I said, this is the crunch time. If you haven't been doing your work, get out this month, do as much as you can. Try to get everything set that you can. Get your cameras out, start, getting your inventory and everything like that. It's, before we know it, August will get fly by and we're going to be in the tree stand, so.
Yeah, we'll be killing them before we know it.
Hopefully. So, but yeah, gonna wrap this thing up, and we'll keep you guys in the loop in the next few weeks here, and get some vlog videos out and everything like that, and what all the work we've been doing, and so we'll be here before we know it.
Yep.
So, all right, peace
out.